Get some 8% seltzer shipped right to your house. We got the peach, we got the watermelon, we got the pina colada, and the blue raspberry. We are currently live in over 300 stores in Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, and the Outer Banks in North Carolina. And if you're heading out to the Major League ballparks this summer, make sure to check us out in the Miami Marlins Stadium, as well as Tropicana Field, home to the Tampa Bay Rays, as well as the Tampa Bay Rowdies. We are live inside all three stadiums. So if you're down in Florida this year, check us out. Go to hardafseltzer.com today and check your store locator or order them right to your house.
Welcome to Drinking Bros, presented by GhostBed.com.
Yeah, welcome to the NFL Pick'em Show, brought to you by MyBookie.com. Promo code Drinkin' Bros doubles that first deposit all the way up to $1,000. Get off the couch. Get into the action today with MyBookie. Problem is, D'Anthony, I didn't get off the couch last night, but I did get in on the action. And what the fuck happened last night?
A loser lost.
Uh-huh.
The end.
That was the worst. That's one of the worst bad beats I've ever had, I think. Homeboy misses the field goal, and then there's a flag on the play. Oh, you had too many men on the field. Why are we seeing that this year?
Well, Damar Hamlin has, was it him?
So we had this debate before the show. I didn't see that it was him, but I think somebody else reported it was him.
There's a
that
bunch
it was
of people on Twitter that were just like kind of dunking on Damar Hamlin, saying he should have stayed.
Well, one,
quiet.
it wouldn't have been his fucking fault, right?
It's the coach.
No, there's an individual on the sideline whose job is to make sure they're on 12. We talked about
the
this
clock
ad nauseam
was running,
this year.
to be fair, so it was a little different. They ran that play that TCU did all last year, where they would run the field goal as the clock was expiring.
Yeah, but look, I'm going to be honest with you, man. Most of these dudes have played since they were kids. Like, you go through these drills over and over. It is the end of every practice. That running on the field goal at the last second is the last drill for every football team in America, college, high school. I would imagine it's the same way in the pros. I don't know how you fuck that up. We've seen some horrific coaching. They fired Dorsey last night, Ken Dorsey.
Yeah, I mean,
for what reason?
I don't know, to be honest. I mean, I guess you got to do something.
But you fire the offensive coordinator for your quarterback making bad decisions?
Well, you can't fire the quarterback. I mean, you can, but they're not going to get rid of Josh Allen, obviously, who was, by the way, 15 for 26 with 2 picks. One of the picks wasn't his fault, although, that was a Brett Favre pick. You throw the ball 80 fucking miles per hour, right, at a guy 10 feet away. He's not going to catch that.
No, and it happens all the fucking time to him.
It drives me insane, and it's such a dumb, like, sort of meathead thinking, too, where it's like, ball hits you got to catch it. Ball hits you. Like, dude, you don't need to zip every fucking thing in there.
You sure don't.
Yeah.
You sure don't. Not on a 10-yard out like that. I mean, fuck, dude. I don't really understand it. He's regressing. We were kind of chatting about this before you got in the studio today, Anthony, but his offseason is kind of spent hanging out with PGA players playing golf. You could tell he's got that itch where he wants to be a professional golfer. Hey, guys, newsflash. Really fucking hard to be a professional golfer, okay? Jordan couldn't do it. Michael Phelps couldn't do it. You're sure the fuck aren't going to do it as a quarterback in this league. Tony Romo even gave it a go.
There's only one man I know of who did it.
Who?
Mr. John Smoltz.
He did, but did he ever win anything?
No.
I mean,
he's
the best.
He made a cut.
He's the best, and he couldn't do it. Yeah.
Yes. Shit. There's a couple of those guys.
Steph Curry.
Steph Curry's pretty good, but
Marty Fish.
They're still not good enough to be a professional golfer.
No.
The same way that Brooks Koepka can't go out there and bomb threes the same way as Steph Curry. It's a totally different fucking craft altogether. Yeah. So he's got to stop doing that, stop dating celebrities, and decide to be a football quarterback who wins Super Bowls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of... So the run game for... aside from that first fumble, Jared Cook looked pretty good. And to be honest, that fumble could have happened to anybody. He's in traffic and somebody punches the ball out when you're trying to make a move. That's... you can blame it on him. It's still bad luck. And he also fumbled again later, but he recovered his own fumble.
Yeah.
But the tail of this game, the announcers kept saying it over and over, like, oh, the defense is keeping them in the game. Well, the Bills' defense gave up 2 first downs on penalties, right? 2 huge first downs because Denver only had 19 in the entire game. 19 first downs, and 2 of them were fucking on penalties.
Listen, you're not going to keep Mr. Unlimited contained that long.
Well, it's funny you say that. We'll get to that in a moment. But so yards per play in this game, Denver 4.2 yards per play, and because their run game was terrible, and Buffalo was 7.1, respectable, but only because of the run game. Josh Allen looked like shit. He's leading the league in interceptions and total turnovers now.
Yeah. Yep.
Not great. And,
No.
You know, when you like when they got into the red zone, they were good. They scored both times. They were in the red zone, but they stalled out in the middle of the field and made huge mistakes. Turned the ball over between the 40s, I think, twice.
Their 4th and 2 play call was horrifying at like the 50 or something, like right at midfield. That one in particular stood out. It's like you have Josh Allen maybe supposed to roll out. I'm not really sure, but he does roll out. And then Allen just keeps looking to throw, even though if he had committed, he probably could have just dove for 2 yards. He's fucking like 6'6".
Right,
Yeah, just fall down.
But that's the issue with firing the offensive coordinator, right? Because you have these checkdowns as a quarterback, and then you can decide to run if you're Josh Allen. Why you're firing the offensive coordinator for something the quarterback didn't do? Again, I don't really fucking understand that. The other part about this is the Buffalo has the weapons here. Dalton Kincaid has been fucking awesome, dude, in case you haven't noticed.
Well, somebody's got to throw to him, though.
I know. But he's there, man, and he's been lighting it up. You got Stefan Diggs, 3 catches, 34 yards for one of the greatest wide receivers in the NFL. Gabe
Davis, 6 targets, 2 receptions, off target on him the whole time. Stefan Diggs, there were 2 poorly thrown balls to him. It's like 1, 2, 3. 3 of the people that received passes for Buffalo were fucking running backs. You know what I mean? Like it seems like Stefan Diggs was by himself for a very long time on this team, and now they've like Jared Cook's doing a little bit. Fucking Dalton Kincaid finally is there, but Trayvon Diggs tweeted last night. He's like, "Hey, you got to get the fuck out of Buffalo, dude." To his brother, Stefan. He's like, you got to get out of there. And I think he's right. This is a loser organization. Now, I know he's probably trying to recruit him to Dallas, which is like,
well,
pot, meat, kettle.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? But
I don't know. Many are asking, is Dak Prescott MVP right now?
Oh, my God, dude. Please stop with this shit.
I can't do it.
I'm just saying.
I can't
Let me read you
stats. Look at the stats.
Look, his last 2 games, he's had 1,000 yards in the last 2 games, so that's definitely going to help out.
Yeah. But they're against a dog shit team. Let me read you some stats here. So 68% completion percentage, 34 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 104 rating. Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
That's what he's projected right now.
Look, last night he was 25 of 29 for 100 yards?
Mr. Unlimited.
But he had 2 touchdowns.
But he's still making really dumb plays. So we were talking about the decision making for Josh Allen. 2 times last night, and this is the dumbest shit. Like, I don't know how you even do this. 2 times last night, and I'm not a quarterback, so maybe it's harder than it looks. I guess it probably is, because not many people can do it. But if you're going to pay a guy $250 million, he better be good at this, because this is day one shit. Roll to the right with trips right? Yeah. Or not trips right. Roll to the right with 3 slants to the right? That means all of your receivers are on the right side of the field.
Yeah.
So you get boxed in, and what does he do? He cuts back to the left and then looks for somebody to throw to. Now, cutting back to the left might make sense depending on how the pocket is collapsing.
Or if you're going to run.
But, well, that's the only time it makes sense.
Yeah.
You either fucking get out of the box and throw it out of bounds, or you fucking run to the left. But he sits there for a good 2 seconds, patting the ball, looking for somebody to the left to throw to, like, hey, McFly, there's nobody in the left. What are you doing, man? God damn it. That's got to drive people crazy.
Well, Josh Allen's driving them crazy right now. You start off the way he started off, and I think Bob said it best. He had the most exciting second-round loss of all time.
Yeah.
We all thought he was going to be great, and then he's regressed the last 2 years here.
Not we all. I have
you've
been
always said
saying
he's a
for a
loser.
minimum of 3 years that he is a loser.
Correct.
And he always will be.
No, you're
and
right.
I've been proven correct so far, but hopefully he'll turn it around.
You led that charge of Josh Allen as a loser.
I really do hope he turns it around. He seems like a nice guy.
He's fun when he can stop throwing interceptions. More importantly, though, and we talked about this on Recapping a little bit last week of the product of the NFL. Last night was another example of this NFL product that is dog shit. Both of these teams look like dog shit. It was so sloppy, and the last second field goal that wasn't a field goal, and then they came out again, and then they interview Russell Wilson about it and say, hey, man, how did you feel about tonight's game? Instead of just saying, man, this was ugly and gross, and we were lucky in this, he was like, oh, man, we all fought our asses off and worked together as a team and fucking did it. And I was like, no, you didn't. There was an extra dude on the field, or you lost the game.
Yeah, but that's part of the strategy of running the field goal team out there while the clock's ticking to put pressure on the other side to do something, right? Like that worked. That's the intent. And they got a free kick out of it.
I guess, but if the
No,
kick,
no, no,
if
not
the
you
kick
guess.
goes in,
That's
it was
literally-
only a 40-yarder.
So
it's like-
certainly, but if you can give yourself 2 opportunities rather than 1, then you've doubled your chances of success.
Sure. And look, he needed it because he missed the first one.
Yeah,
and
but he
made the
may not
second
have
one.
needed it if they didn't rush out there, right? So
That's
who knows?
the other part
Who
about it,
knows?
yes.
Because he's one of the best kickers in the NFL.
Yeah, and it's for a 40-yarder in the NFL. I think an extra point now is 35 in the
Yeah.
NFL. So 40 for NFL guys, easy.
Yeah.
All day long.
And he, Lutz went from heel to hero real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Because if that play hadn't gone down that way, it would have been like, bro, what
Imagine
the
if
fuck?
he missed 2.
Yeah. That would have been even funnier, but luckily that didn't happen.
The other part that somebody brought up to me about the weekend, and in particular gambling, obviously, we do the odds on this show, always have, always will, is the amount of low-scoring games. Apparently this was some sort of record this weekend here. If you look at Broncos-Bills, 24-22, Jets-Raiders, 16-12.
Panthers-Bears, 13-16.
13-16. Buccaneers-Titans, 20-6.
Colts-Patriots, 10-6.
10-6. I mean, you're not getting the best here. And I'm not really sure how to change this or if you've just spread yourself so far thin, traveling all over the world and doing these Thursday night games to Monday night games, not getting players proper rest, or are we just out of talent?
Well, they've tried to do stuff, right? They've tried to do whatever they can fucking do to protect the quarterback, right?
Yep.
Like comically, so it's unsettling. Like you can't land. If you sack the quarterback, right? Even if he's declared himself a runner and he's running now, if you tackle him and your full body weight falls on him, then that's a fucking penalty.
Yeah.
Like
where we are.
And then they want to get rid of the hip tackle as well, which is where you grab a guy and twist yourself down to the ground to pull him down. Mm-hmm. That's the way to avoid landing on top of him.
Yeah.
So what are you supposed to do now? Walk up and start sucking his dick? Like, oh, I got you.
We're getting close to it. We'll see.
I just don't understand what the fucking end state here is.
Not real sure, but the NFL should start to be more concerned about the product they're putting out here, in my opinion.
It was so bad I turned on a regular season NBA game.
Which game?
Which game?
It was the one on the NBA TV, Cavs Kings.
Oh, yeah, the free ones before they start making you pay for it.
A lot
All
of
right.
good college games right now.
I know. Look, college is fired up, and this was the first time I didn't watch a Thursday night game or the Sunday night game in a very long time in my life. Both games were so bad. I didn't even bet on them. I told you guys not to bet on them. Look, guys, you know the rules here. We'll go over last week's hits and misses, and then get to this week's picks. All right, Panthers-Bears. Told you not to touch that. Forget about the game. Forget that it existed. Thank God. 16-13, and it was just every bit as awful as it sounds. Colts-Patriots, same thing. Told you not to do anything with that. Save your money. 10-6. Every bit as bad as we hoped it is, or we thought it was, actually. And Frankfurt, Germany, got our best. Our two best and brightest over there, the Colts and the Patriots.
You think that's payback for the Holocaust?
Could be.
Like, hey, yeah, we'll send you a game. You Jew-hating fucks, and here you go. Watch the Colts and Patriots struggle to put points on the board.
Here's a 10-6 game for you. Now, the next one, we said this was going to be one of the funnest games of the week, and it actually was. Now, I bet this incorrectly because I had the Bengals -2.5 in this one. This is Bengals versus Texans.
lived up to the hype. It was fucking awesome, dude. And shit.
Well, the answer to Delco's question is no. Dak Prescott's not the MVP right now. CJ fucking Stroud is. Right now he's 157 passing yards off the league lead, and that's because Sam Howell has one more game than him.
And because they're always down.
Yeah.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Who's the they in that statement?
Washington.
Yeah, sure.
Washington,
yeah. I mean, Howell's good too, but not as
I like
Howell's
Howell.
good.
I like
Yeah,
Howell,
yeah.
man.
But Howell's got fucking Jahan Dotson and Curtis Samuel and Scary Terry too, right? Which is quite a bit different than what's going on.
I started
Jahan
Jahan Dotson in fantasy this
I fucking
week.
love
He
that
scored
dude.
0 points.
Yeah.
for me, man.
Like,
I'm
I
so
might be
pissed
able
off.
to
He's a
250.
slot guy. It's hit or
Hit or
miss.
miss,
Whenever every third week or so he'll put points up.
He was
That's all
a
you can
flex
count on.
option that failed. I think Craig Dulesky beat me this week.
Can I read you some Dak stats, though?
Yeah,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Since week 6,
Oh,
he
God,
is
I don't wanna
first
hear
in
sense.
passing grade, first in yards per attempt, first in passing touchdowns, first in big-time throw rate.
You know what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to go look and see which teams they played since
Same
week
here,
6.
man. And you're gonna go.
The Eagles are one.
Eagles was a great game, and then he choked it away.
Rams.
He had great stats in it, but he lost that game for them.
Listen,
Let's see.
I don't like Dak Prescott. I hate the Cowboys, but I would like to
That's
see them
3
just-
games, dude.
I'd like to see them get built up and then just
It's 3
knock
games,
down.
and one of them was the Rams, and the other one was the Giants, other than the Eagles.
And
wanna
they
hear
lost
this
to the
shit.
49ers 42-10.
Well, yeah,
4
the
games.
that was when the 49ers were
It's
healthy.
week 11, right? So since week 6.
Okay, so the last 4
7,
games:
8,
Chargers,
9, 10,
Rams.
11.
Eagles have a good defense, but then you got the Giants. It's fine. Look, this is everything we want it to be for Cowboys fans. Let's build it up. Let's have Dak Prescott be MVP going into the playoffs this year.
I don't think they're so they lost Van Der Esch today.
Which sucks. I like Van Der Esch.
Yeah, he's been out, but he's out for the season now, which really fucking sucks.
Yeah.
I don't know that there's any players on Dallas I don't like, really. They don't have any like problem personalities or anything.
No.
I love the fucking Hot Boys.
Yeah.
I like Van Der Esch is good. Obviously, Trayvon Diggs is good. Fucking Micah Parsons is one of the best defenders we've ever seen.
Tank is obviously a homie. He's been
Yeah.
on the show. It's just the Dak Prescott thing when it comes down to the end of the game. If it's a big game, you're going to lose it.
He'll spike himself.
Well, he did it against the Eagles. And by the way, that Eagles game, I don't know if you checked the ratings on that. Holy fucking shit, bro. I mean, you're looking at numbers that you used to see for like an AFC championship game back in the 2000s. I mean, they're running it up. When they put the right game on Sunday night, fuck.
You can't really blame anybody for getting smoked by the Eagles, though.
No, but you're on the 5-yard line. You cause your own penalty. You fucking take a sack, and then 3 different errors on one series. I mean, they were
It
this
was dumb.
close. They should have won that game. Either
Well,
way,
anyways, next up, Josh Dobbs looked really good again
he did.
against the Saints. So take that for what it's worth. By the way, the Saints signed JPP to their practice squad today. I don't know if that's going to mean anything.
They need it. Well, look, anybody could still win that division, so
Yeah.
it's possible. Why not take a flyer on an old JPP with what does he have? 7 fingers?
He's got the fingers he's got. Okay, worry about how many fingers he's got. He's got, by the way, one more interception post firework accident than he does pre firework accident.
Really?
2 to 3. Yeah.
Maybe it is he's got
claw,
more,
dude,
Yeah,
yeah.
he can stretch
Yeah.
those fingers out. Next up was Packers Steelers. Again, told you not to bet this because this is exactly the game it was going to be. It was 23-19. Now, here's the difference between like this game and Panthers versus Bears. This is who the Steelers have always been. So like every single Steelers team for the last 50 fucking years. That's all I expect is these close, dirty, grimy games in the cold. I watch this. This is a bowl of chili in your lap, maybe a beach in the afternoon, and you're hunkering down because you know it's going to be a lot of defense.
Yeah,
but that's their identity, and this is who these guys are. And Tomlin's 6-3.
And I think I'm not even kidding when I say this. I think the Steelers are in the middle of a little run right here because Jalen Warren has emerged over the past 3 weeks as a legit running back. Mm-hmm. They've had issues with Najee Harris ever since he came into the league, really. He's had some spots.
He's just been hit and miss.
Yeah,
and I don't really know why. He was great in college.
He's had some spots. And look, he had 16 carries, 82 yards this week, but Jalen Warren had 15 for 101. Mm-hmm. If they can run that dual back set like that, that takes a lot of pressure off small hands.
Sure
You know
does.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And with the defense they got, You can make that work against. I mean, they'll make the playoffs probably like that.
Yeah.
Which is weird because are 3 teams from that division going to get into the playoffs or what? Because it's the Ravens, Bengals, Browns, and Steelers. It seems like there's a pretty decent chance.
Look, the NFL is wide open this year, man. We're going to find out a lot about the NFL on Sunday night, actually.
Yeah.
Titans, Buccaneers. Had the Titans in this one. Had it in a teaser. The teaser won. I didn't win the real bet on this fucking game. Again, look, the Buccaneers are 4-5. Saints are 5-5. I think the Falcons are 4-5. Anybody could win this or nobody, and maybe they just pick a team at the end and have a quinceanera and then just hey.
Here's the data point I want. How many times or how much total money have you lost because
in the last 4 weeks?
Because of your hatred for Baker Mayfield.
Oh boy.
I mean, honestly, can you quantify? Probably a couple grand.
It's not so here's the thing. It's not that I hate Baker Mayfield, right? He actually seems like a fun guy. If he was on the show or we had beers, I think it'd be fun in real life. Watching him play quarterback over the years, it's just the guy who shouldn't have been drafted number 1 in the draft. Like there's so many things that I just don't understand about it. And I thought Will Levis looked great the last 2 weeks. I got caught up in the magic of that. It wasn't so much Baker in this one. It was more, I believed in Levis. And I don't know, man. I should never bet on the Titans.
Well, I don't think you can blame Levis for this. I mean, he was 19 for 39. That's abysmal. There's no question about that.
Great.
That's like 49.5%, I think.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry had 11 carries for 24 yards. Is it time to call it quits with this guy? Like you cannot get 24 fucking yards in the game, bro.
Why is he only getting 11 carries, though, too? Is the other
because
mystery.
he only got 24 yards in those 11 carries. Like, how long can you stick with that before it fucks your whole game up?
I don't know, but there's 2 teams for me overall that I've a very, very hard time betting week after week. And the listeners, you guys always hit me up in Drinkin Bros Sports on Facebook. If you're not there, subscribe. It's free. You can just see all the bet slips and all that stuff. The Vikings. So we have a ton of Vikings fans, listeners. I see the skull shit all the fucking time. And they say the same thing. Don't bet on or against the Vikings. They will fuck you over no matter which way you choose. And this has happened to me so many times in my life where I don't feel like I could bet the Vikings or the Titans anymore. The Vikings, Josh Dobbs. Coming in for the Falcons game, doesn't know the cadence of what the fucking center is, had never been there.
Who gives a fuck about cadence, bro?
Comes back and wins.
We're out here to
this
play
game.
fucking football, okay?
Fuck
cadence.
He doesn't know the snap count.
He didn't know where the locker room was. He had to ask one of the goddamn CSC security people where the locker room was.
He didn't know anything, and
Maybe
he's
that's
won
the secret.
2 weeks in a row. Well, they don't have tape on him with the Vikings.
They should bird box this guy. Put a blindfold and earmuffs on him. Put him in a fucking storage locker somewhere. Don't let him talk to anybody on the team.
Yeah.
And just run his ass out there for the game. Because what do they got to lose at this point? Just run
they
him
know.
out
They're
there
6-4.
and see what. I mean, it's working so far.
It's working. They're 6-4.
Just fucking keep doing it. Like if this was baseball, none of the players on that team would talk to him because they are so goddamn superstitious.
Yeah.
There's no fucking way. You got to do something here.
I respect it because like Josh Dobbs getting the cadence right, I think that's smart. Me and all my boys from theater, whenever we meet up again for beers, we always harmonize right off the bat.
Yep.
Like it's good to get that going, you know? We're just like,
Dum dum da da,
yeah.
dum dum da da, da ya ya da 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 da. I'm surprised you knew it.
Boys to Men? What are you fucking kidding me? It was in an episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh, was it really? Oh, that's awesome. 49ers Jaguars. Look, Chase Young is back with his homie. Man, they were ripping people's faces off in this game.
Dude.
Shit, that's scary.
Like, I don't know what you do now.
I don't either.
To be quite honest, I don't know what the fuck the league is going to do now.
I don't either.
Because they made, like, the Jaguars are up and down week to week, but usually it's like they'll score 15 or 19 or something like that when they suck. Not 3. You know what I mean? And
ATN's had a great year
frankly,
there, too.
Yeah, he has. The 49ers didn't even go real hard in this game.
No.
They did. This is like a standard thing for them. They played ordinary football, and to be honest, I thought they made a lot of mistakes in this game, too. Still just completely trounced these assholes. They were 4 for 12 on third down, the 49ers. They still beat them by 30 fucking points.
I know. This was never, ever close. Browns,
They're
Ravens.
also 1 for 4 in the red zone. I mean, like a sloppy game, 7 penalties for 90 yards by the 49ers. They still dominate. That's. I haven't seen Chase Young try that hard in a while, to be honest.
Right.
I would take, honestly, just every week the 49ers now. Just look at how healthy their opponent's offensive line is.
Yeah, no shit.
And then just fucking smash the fucking 49ers.
So in this one, bet the 49ers. It was -3, shockingly, in this game. I had a shit ton of money on this. We won another teaser card, lost another teaser card. So it was a decent week. But the reason I'm saying this is this next game tripped me up. Ravens versus Browns, man. Fuck, did you watch this game? It was a great game.
No, I didn't, but the Browns defense is right up there with the 49ers, man. They're
Myles Garrett has to be the defensive player of the year.
Oh, yeah. He might win MVP, to be honest.
You could certainly put him in there.
If the Browns win 10, 11 games or something, if they go on a run here and win 10 or 11 games, it will be because of him. 2, they would not have been in the playoffs if not for him. I think he's a legit candidate for MVP.
The other part of this is if you were watching it, because I had it in one of those quad boxes on YouTube TV. Again, not a sponsor. Wish they were. It was 17-3 Ravens at the end of the first quarter, and I was like, that's going to be a blowout. And then they slowly kept coming back, and it was a fucking awesome game.
Yeah, Jerome Ford looks good. I wonder at this point how good this team would be operating by this point in the season if Chubb had not gotten fucking hurt, to be honest.
Oh, boy.
If they had Jerome Ford and Chubb on this team and then Kareem Hunt doing whatever else, mopping up on third down or whatever, man, they because Deshaun Watson still looks sloppy, but if you got those two, if you got Ford and Chubb going like that, hard to stop.
It is, man. Falcons, Cardinals. All right, fire Arthur Smith. Just get rid of this fucking bum.
So everybody was like, give Bijan Robinson more touches. So what does he do? Has him return kickoffs. Hand him off the fucking ball, man. What are you doing?
The coach needs to be set on fire.
Why are we putting rookie running backs on a pitch count? I don't understand that.
I don't either.
Because that's the prime of their career, from ages 21 to 26.
Yep.
That's the most you're ever going to get out of that guy.
And he had 95 yards and a touchdown in this game running the ball. This Arthur Smith guy, dude, just go to your dad, ask him for the inheritance early. Like, just get off this fucking team. I get he's a funny dude in interviews, but put him on the Amazon Thursday night team. That's the worst goddamn announcing team I've ever seen in my life. Throw him on that. At least he'd be fun on that, because the rest of that show's a fucking dumpster fire. But he's not a head coach in the NFL anymore. The Falcons find yet another way to lose a game. In the last minute here, they let Kyler Murray rip off a 60-yard run with like 10 seconds left. Stupid.
Well, the good news, they're going to get a lottery pick if they keep doing this.
Is that good news anymore?
Yeah.
I don't even know. We've got talent on this team. It's fucked. Heineke is out, by the way. He got hurt in this game.
They need a quarterback.
Yes.
So if they can get in that top 10, they can grab one of the because there's 6 quarterbacks in this fucking draft.
There's a ton. I agree. Next up is Lions Chargers. This was a fucking awesome game. Had the Lions in this. Lions came through, but this was a blast of a game.
Well, here's what you know from this game. One, if I see Lions Chargers, if I see like Lions versus the Cowboys, or if I see Lions Seahawks or some game like that, I'm tuning in, because they're going to score 90 fucking points.
Yeah.
But if they play anybody that has a good defense, they're going to lose by 20 points.
Sure.
Because their defense is dog shit.
Sure.
I thought it was going to be really good, by the way. They drafted the best defensive. Oh, no, that was Witherspoon.
It was Witherspoon at Seattle, yeah.
Seattle, but they got who did they get?
Well, they took their first pick on Jamar Gibbs, and he's great.
But
Look, he's awesome.
That was last
and he
year,
scored a couple touchdowns in this game.
Yeah.
I told you guys to draft him in fantasy. He looks fantastic, but yeah, maybe draft some defense next time. The Lions are 7-2 though. They're in great position.
Yep. But they're going to lose in the first round. In the NFC, probably.
If they got one home game, I think they'll win that.
It depends on who they play, but if they play one of the just okay offensive teams that has a good defense, they're fucking gone.
What if they played Dallas?
They'll lose.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think they'll beat Dallas.
I don't think so.
I think they'll beat Dallas.
Well, it depends on how that defense comes along, but I think they'll win. Speaking of Dallas.
Yep.
This is the best game that Dak Prescott's ever had.
God, dude.
Shut the fuck up, dude. Dak Prescott's he's a nice guy, but this is the fucking Giants.
It's the Giants. The spread was 17 in this game, guys. Yeah. He did exactly what he was supposed to do.
And I said this yesterday. They were doing it on Get Up yesterday. They were covering this game, and everybody's like just chugging Dak cum. Just fucking gallons of cum. And finally, Brucey was like, dude, it's the fucking Giants.
It's the Giants.
Man.
So fucking
knock it
Giants,
off, which is something for a Patriot to say because the Giants fucked them up with 2 7-9 records.
Yeah, but that was a long time ago.
Yeah,
Eli Manning ain't walking through that door, friend.
No.
But the other part about this is told you to take the over in this one. Didn't touch the spread. As I said, the Cowboys would cover the over on their own, and they did.
Yeah, it was 47.5, right?
Yep. And then the Giants ended up scoring.
That was a ridiculously low
17
over
points,
in this.
late, and it was at that point they'd already taken out the starters in the fourth quarter. Next up, Commanders Seahawks. This was a good game, especially for fantasy.
Made me worry about the Seahawks, though.
I don't believe in the Seahawks.
I really do feel like Carroll needs to move on or something. They need a new guy, new blood in there or something because they have a squad, man. There's a lot of talent on this team.
They do.
And the Commanders the Redskins, they've given up.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
They're just riding it out so they can fire a fucking homeboy and move on to the next group of fucking people, right?
It seems like it. I don't believe in the Seahawks team. I think they'll lose in the first round of the playoffs. They're good enough to get there, but I think they'll lose in the first round of the playoffs. Geno Smith finally had a good game. Jets Raiders, another game we told you to pretend never existed. It was 16-12. Did homeboy play for them? Who is our little friend, the Mexican guy?
Aiden O'Connell, yeah.
Yeah. How did he do? How did he do in this? I didn't watch it.
He's a winner.
So
16 of 27, 153 yards, a touchdown and a pick.
Josh Jacobs looked good, though.
QBR of 31.2, and they still won this game by 4 points.
Anybody gonna give Josh Jacobs a contract after this year?
Does anybody give a running back a contract? Who knows? Last but not least was the game we already talked about here with let Russ cook. The microwave was on, I guess, and there was some food in it already from a previous meal.
It was like a burrito.
Yeah.
It was warm on the outside and freezing fucking cold on the inside.
So he kind of cooked it, but not really cooked it. It was just there. All right, kids, you know the rules. Before we get to this week's picks, got to go through our sponsors, mybookie.com. Promo code Drinkin' Bros doubles that first deposit all the way up to $1,000. All the odds we read on today's show are from mybookie.com. Got to use that promo code Drinkin' Bros. The odds are changing, by the way. Shit, CJ Stroud, 25-1 now for MVP. You can bet on all the MVPs. You can bet on the Heisman Trophy, Marvin Harrison Jr. Also moving up there for Delco. Wish he had more time. No, I'm kidding. I wish he had a quarterback, and then you would have won it.
All he's got to do is beat
pick.
Michigan and have like 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, you would have won this one. Look, they've got everything updated right now. Politicians, I mean, all the crazy shit is on there, dude. I'm looking through their website now. It's just everything. You could bet on everything on there. So go there, enjoy yourself, throw a little something on the game just to feel alive inside. All right. Next up, we got drinkinbrostickets.com. If you want tickets to any of these, feel free, man. It's $10 cheaper than StubHub. So you can pop a boner in there and you'll be good to go. You know what I'm saying? Just put in your fucking thing and be like, all right, great. Is it $10 cheaper? It's $10 cheaper. Awesome. Let's fucking do it. Just get anything on there if you want to, and including all this weekend's NFL games, college, all that other fun stuff over there. Last but not least, we got Bioprotein Plus. Anthony, why don't you tell us about it? Synthetic HGH, son.
Well, it's not. It helps your body produce more natural HGH, and it's also got a nice dose of melatonin in it. So what it's going to do for you, what it's done for me is, one, it helps with sleep. Yeah. There's 2 things. One, it's hard to find a good dosage for this stuff for some reason, for melatonin. I've always had issues with it. And when I just take gummies or melatonin caps or something like that, I either wake up in the middle of the night or I fucking feel drowsy as shit in the morning. I've never experienced that with this product. It's really nice. Now, elevating your natural HGH levels through supplementation is going to make aches and pains less, right? Strengthens joints, particularly your ligaments and tendons and things like that. Stuff that you can't really, like you can ice them to get rid of inflammation, but it's not like a muscle where you can go work it out to get it stronger. The only thing you can do is do something like this. Yeah,
just it's a little vial. You put it under your tongue, nice little drink, night, and you're good to go. BioPro Plus is what you're missing here, guys. It's for real guys, real results. Really fast there. So head on over to bioproteintech.com to learn more about their products. You can use the link here in the audio description. And then pop in the promo code Drinkin Bros for $30 off your first order. Again, that is bioproteintech.com. Promo code Drinkin Bros gets you $30 off your first order. Gotta juice up your levels, son. All right, let's get to this week's games, shall we? Is that Uncle Laza that just walked in? Look at him back there.
We have an uncle in the building.
Yeah, look at him. Is he wearing a Hells Angels fucking jacket? Stone Cold Steve Austin? Let's go. Let's go. He'll be on the show right after this here, after we get to the pick'ems here. All right, kids, Thursday night game. Actually, a fun one this week. Got Bengals at the Ravens. This is Baltimore, -3.5. D'Anthony, who you got?
I'll take the Bengals at +3.5.
Yeah. I was shocked that they lost to the Texans, but I don't see them going 5-5 and starting off like Josh Allen. I'm with you. Burrow on the road, prime time. I think they light it up here.
I think it's kind of a shit matchup for the Ravens, too. Remember when they played earlier in the season and the Bengals just sucked out loud? They only lost by 3 then. So if they're not going to – it's not going to be that close here.
I agree. I think Bengals win by at least a touchdown in this one. Give me the points on the Bengals. Next up, Steelers at the Browns. Great game here. Shit, this is two defenses smashing dicks against each other. This is Cleveland -3.5. The over-under is 36.5.
Under.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not kidding. I'm taking the under.
This is probably a 17-13 game.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there. But who you got winning this game?
I don't know, to be honest. I mean, Mike Tomlin is David.
I know.
To Goliath. Man, I don't know how he does what he does. Maybe it's voodoo or some shit.
No idea.
It helps to have TJ Watt, obviously. But fuck, I'm not betting against him.
Yeah,
but I don't know. They could lose this game, but
but why risk it? I like that under as well. So that's where I'm going to go with this one and just enjoy it because this is going to be a defensive juggernaut. I remember I bet this game last year, and man, did it fuck me in the end because it came down to the last, play of the game there. And whenever you have two defensive teams, start those kickers this week in fantasy if you got them there. Next up is Bears at the Lions. This is Lions -10. Who you got, D'Anthony?
Yeah, I mean, the Lions will probably do that.
Yeah. I've got the Lions as well.
9.5.
Yeah, you know the rules. I always buy a half a point on this, so I'll go down to 9.5. Interesting thing to note, and I know I do this a lot on this show, but I think it's important because you know how the fans are into it here. The last row in the stadium in Detroit is going for $205. These are tickets that used to be $5.
Yeah, well, there's nothing else to do in Detroit.
There isn't, but they'll only go if the team is good. They're 7-2, about to be 8-2 after the Bears. You tell the Lions that they're going to go 8-2 out of the first 10 games. Holy shit! I don't know if the fans would have believed you.
City's on the comeback.
It is a little bit. I mean,
I haven't been to Detroit in years.
The Red Wings are a top 10 team so far this year, so it is somewhat. I don't know about the Pistons though. I don't think they're doing anything.
No, but are you talking about the city itself or the team?
The city itself. Yeah.
I've been in Detroit. You been in Detroit recently?
My family.
Oh, really?
The Detroit Pistons are 2-9.
Good for them.
So.
No, they're not doing great. The owner of the Cavs, actually, Dan Gilbert, is the one who's in charge of the renovation. He bought all that real estate down there in Detroit, so he's doing all the renovations for it.
Yep. I don't understand why is he a Cleveland guy then. He should have bought a Detroit team.
Well,
maybe it wasn't for sale at the time, asshole. Did you think of that?
He
should
Before you got up on your soapbox?
Actually, the owner of the Jags, Shad Khan or whatever, he's from Southern Illinois. He was trying to buy the Rams when Kroenke got it.
Where is he? Where is he originally from?
I think he's Pakistani. Right
sure
now.
is, dude.
Let's see.
Kroenke got such a sweetheart deal.
He did. Because he owns like 900 things, dude. Look at what Kroenke owns. It'll tear your tits off.
Oh, it's, the Nugs, the Avs, the Rams, and then one of the EPL teams and a bunch of other smaller shit.
It's fucking nuts, dude. Next up, we got the Chargers at the Packers here. This is Chargers -3. Who you got, D'Anthony?
Nah, because the Chargers could definitely lose this game. They could definitely lose this game. They're fucking. It's one of the worst organizations. I mean, they're right. If you go full sports wide, Giants, Chargers, fucking Mets. Those are teams that belong in the same category.
Yeah.
Until they do something about their front office and their coaching staff.
I was probably going to come back and bite me, but I'm doing Chargers -2.5. I'll buy a half a point here and take the Chargers. I don't know, man. They have fucking talent on this team, and everybody's got stats, man. It's just shocking to see them at 4-5 again. Next up, we got the Raiders at the Dolphins. Yeesh, big boy spread here. This is Miami minus 12.
Miami minus 12. I don't give a fuck. The Raiders are terrible, man.
They're awful, dude. They are awful. I'm with you on this one here. Next up, we got the Giants against the Commanders. The Washington Redskins here. This is Washington minus 9.5.
Yeah,
Really?
so I don't want to hear anything about Dak Prescott. if the Redskins are minus 9.5 against these assholes, I don't want to hear any more bullshit.
No,
And I don't bet this game.
I was just going to say, don't bet this game, man. That's a lot of points for the Redskins, for Christ's sakes.
No, don't do
They're
it.
4-6, and Sam Howell looks like he could be all right, but let's not fucking waste our child's education money on this shit. Jesus Christ. Next up, the hype is carrying over here. Cowboys at the Panthers. This is Dallas minus 10.5. Panthers are now 1-8. That's fun.
Yeah, they're trying really hard to make sure Chicago gets that number 1 pick.
Yeah.
So thanks a lot, guys.
Yeah.
Fuck this.
Yeah, right?
I don't want to pay any attention to this.
No. Look, the Cowboys will be in a teaser for me on multiple cards, but I'm sure they'll find a way to fuck it up and win by like a field goal because it's Dak Prescott. Watch. I'm telling you. This will be like a 3 or 6 point game. Next up is Titans. Oh, God, I just said this. I can't bet on the fucking Titans. On them or against them, I will get fucked either way. This is they're at Jacksonville. This is Jacksonville minus 6.5. Who you got, Dan?
Jacksonville 6.5. Jacksonville's got like the 4th best run defense in the league, and against teams that know how to run the ball too. Derrick Henry hasn't done shit all year. He's had like 200-yard games and then a couple of 70s.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not great. I'll take Jags.
All right.
Also, Jags week on, week off.
Yeah, you're right.
So,
right.
that's just how it
Same
works
with the
for them.
Titans.
Yeah.
So look, no. I'm going to heed my own warning that I said earlier in the show. I'm not going to fucking touch this. As always, the quick reminder on this is the deal we signed with MyBookie. We don't have to pick all the games, so I don't want to force you into, I fucking believe in this. I don't believe in this goddamn game. Anything could happen. Next up, Cardinals at the Texans. I find myself watching more and more of these Texans games.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, I mean, he's fun to watch play, but this is a trap game.
Will Anderson on defense is fun to watch,
yeah,
too,
he's
man.
great, yeah.
Like,
I just think the Cardinals probably win this game.
with Kyler Murray?
Yeah.
Back in week 2. His Houston minus 4.
Yeah, James Conner's
home.
been playing well this year. Nobody's noticed because Murray's been out the whole time, but
He's okay.
Yeah.
He's okay. Look, I really like this over-under here, 47.5, so I'm going to take that. I'll stay away from the line itself and take the over-under here. Texans have been putting up points. Look, Cardinals put up 25 against the Falcons. Let's face it, are the Texans better than the Falcons? Well, who knows? We'll see at this point here. All right, dude, look at that. When you get a nice little text that your flight's on time, that's nice, isn't it? Congratulations. It's a fun one. Usually it's like, hey, sir, guess what?
Go fuck
You're going to be
yourself.
sitting in Detroit for 3 hours, eating chili, shitting all over a men's bathroom. All right. Buccaneers at the 49ers here. This is San Francisco minus 11.5. Who you got?
you can't make this spread high enough for me. You know what I mean? Like, this might be the end of Baker Mayfield's life.
I hope it is.
I like him. I don't want him to die.
Wow.
But it might happen.
If he dies, he dies.
I feel like and we talked about this, I think I mentioned it, 3 weeks ago, that Bosa just hasn't been playing with the same energy that he did last year. And he was coming off injury. He missed camp. No, that shit happens, right?
Yeah.
And it's a long season, so you get it going when you get it going. But I do think Young being in that locker room has juiced him up a little bit, and this defense is going to tear Baker's asshole out of his body and wear it like a fucking sombrero.
I hope so.
So I would go higher. I would even go up to like 13 on this, but I'll take 11.5.
There's two interesting cases here with the 49ers and the Eagles defense where they draft or they have multiple players from the same team from college now playing together, and then it seems to have helped all these guys. Maybe this is the future. I don't know. The Eagles are the first ones I saw actually do it and it work, because I didn't know, none of us knew how Jalen Carter was going to respond, play, how he was going to be with authority actually in his life, and he's looked pretty goddamn good this year. And so maybe it's the same thing with Chase Young, where it's like, hey, dude, you're back with your buddy who's also the best in the league. Do you guys want to run it back like college again and not let each other down? So, yeah, I'm with you. And I also hate Baker Mayfield. So I'm taking Taking the 49ers. Minus 11.5. Next up, we got the Jets at the Bills. This is Bills minus 7. God damn, this game is gross. Josh Allen, 19 touchdowns, 11 interceptions.
And he also has, let me check and make sure I got this number right.
This is close to Jameis shit right now for him, dude.
He also has...
This might be a 30 for 30 year for
rushing. He also has 4 fumbles.
Yeah.
3 of them lost. So he has 14 total turnovers this year.
Sure does.
He has 19 touchdowns and 14 turnovers. And what's the math on that, Bob? Like a turnover's worth like 3 touchdowns, right? Or something like that. I don't remember.
Definitely. I mean,
it's not a 1-for-1. I know that.
It could be like, I mean, I guess the worst case scenario could be like a 14-point swing. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Look, and it's hurt the Bills all year long. I look, because the Jets defense is so good in this, I don't bet this game at minus 7. I think this might be close, and most of these games have. You got a guy at quarterback who's turning over the ball 56 times a game, and then you got one of the best defenses there that can make you turn over the ball. Who fucking knows in this one, man? I don't know who this Bills team is anymore, and I don't think it's safe to bet on him right now. So I'd sit it out a week, see if he can regroup. But this certainly isn't the defense to do it against this week.
I'm not betting that one.
At a full fucking touchdown. Yeah. Especially if the running backs can get it going for the Jets. They usually keep this shit close. It's not great to watch. It's horrific football to watch from the Jets. But they keep it close enough. Next up, we got the Seahawks at the Rams. This is Seattle minus 1 here. Who you got?
I'll take the Seahawks minus 1.
Same.
Gino's on a little bit of a roll now.
Yeah.
2.5, like a game and a half of solid football so far. We'll see if he can keep it going, but the Rams suck. So
Rams suck. They seem checked out on the year. Seems like this is probably going to be Stafford's last year, the coach's last year, maybe Aaron Donald's last year. Surprised they didn't trade him before the trading deadline to try to get him one more Super Bowl somewhere else. But I'm all in on the Seahawks in this game, and I'm going to bet heavily on this one, actually. Next up, Vikings at the Broncos. How is this your Sunday night game? Going back to the top of the show, about the product you're putting out there and putting, more importantly, in prime time during the ratings. Are we not in the season where we can flip this and get the best game here? Or is there just not a great game for what would be your night game this week, I guess?
I mean, Jets-Bills would be better than this, I think.
No, I mean, we've seen the Jets 38 times in prime time.
Yeah.
The Jets are going to score 16 points.
Steelers-Browns would have been
5 field goals and a safety or something like that.
Steelers-Browns
would have been great. Yes, move that game.
That's about it, though.
That's about it. It's a dog shit week in the NFL, except for Monday night, which could be the game of the year. Do you bet this game on Sunday night with Josh Dobbs? It's Denver minus 2.5 at home.
Yeah, I'll probably bet Broncos 2.5.
You're gonna let Russ cook.
It depends on how bored I am by then.
Same.
Sunday night. I mean, I might be asleep when this comes on, to be honest.
I know, because we get a long weekend here. Coming up, we'll be out of town. Hopefully, I'm asleep for this because I don't want to watch this in real life. I really don't. The guy with alopecia against Russell Wilson, no thanks, man. I'm all good on that. All right, I love you guys, and I'm proud of your cities. I love going to Denver. It's fun. It's a fun city. I just don't ever want to watch your football team play in the NFL.
What makes Denver a fun city? The mushrooms or leaving it?
So I like the dispensaries are my favorite in the United States. They're all clean. They're all amazing. They got the mushrooms there. I like the downtown, man. When you and I were down there raging, dude, and the Rocky Stadium's beautiful. It's just a fun town. I enjoy it. I've never had a bad time in Denver for whatever reason. I just don't want to watch their football team play. So, sorry. Even if you gave me tickets and I was in town, I probably wouldn't go to this game. Next up, game of the year. Is it too early to say that? Is it too early to say game of the year? Probably not. Eagles-Chiefs could be our Super Bowl yet again. Eagles are 8-1. Chiefs 7-2. This is at the Chiefs. This is KC minus 3, which, let's face it, we all knew the spread before it was going to come out, right? Mm-hmm. You're giving the hometown team the 3 points here. I would caution you guys, man. Taylor Swift will be in the building for this. So this is both the Kelsey brothers. This is Taylor Swift. This will be the highest rated Monday night game in 10 years. Everybody will be watching this goddamn thing. There'll be a million cutaways in this thing. And look, Travis plays at a higher level here.
Now, does Taylor wear her Eagles jacket?
Yeah, and does her dad show up in Eagles gear?
So on the flip side of this, Kelsey's mom, who is also the mother of both of them, Bob, I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, I'd heard, yeah.
Okay. So both the Kelsey boys are actually out of her vagina. She did go see Taylor Swift's concert film the other night at the movies. So I think her heart's with Taylor on this one. Therefore, I'm going Chiefs, but I'm going to buy a 0.5 point and going to take this down to 2.5. He ain't going to lose with Taylor in the building.
I'll take the Eagles +3. The Chiefs are fucking skating on thin ice.
Look, they are week after week.
Every week, it's a fucking miracle that they win the game, to be honest.
We aren't that good either.
That's not true.
That's not true.
On offense, it's been pretty stagnant on offense, but the defense of the Eagles is light years ahead of the defense.
Jalen Carter just got caught shoplifting or something.
Wait, he did?
Yeah.
He'll be all right.
When? Today?
Like last night.
At least he
God
didn't smack
damn it,
his baby
dude.
mama around like Zay Jones did this week. It'll be fine. Don't worry about that.
No, he was actually riding and dying with his girl. His girl shoplifted, and he just grabbed it.
Oh, boy. I mean, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah, that's...
You're so rich.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. I don't get it.
It's for the thrill, man.
Yeah, I don't... I'm impressed by Travis Kelce, and I'm impressed by Patrick Mahomes, and I have been their entire careers, and I will be until they retire. And Chris Jones as well.
Yep.
Lighten it up on defense as we knew we would.
Yeah.
But the Eagles, at every other than quarterback, at every level, they're better.
I agree. We are a great roster. It's just we have not brought like our A game at all this year.
Well, yeah,
AJ,
but
by the way,
this
AJ
is
Brown already has over 1,000 yards.
But this is the test, right? This is like the hard game that you fucking suit up for. Because I didn't think it was going to be the Cowboys. I think at Dallas they'll go fucking Hulkamania and beat Dallas by fucking 2 touchdowns, to be honest. But at the Link,
Yep.
it's like we know we can beat these assholes. This is the game that you got to get up for. I think this is not only is it billed as the game of the year, but it's going to be the game of the year. It's going to be a great game.
Yeah.
I think the Eagles win it.
I'm not betting against Taylor Swift. Hey, Bob, give the mic to Laser here. This is our last pick of the show. Laser, pop on in here. I know you're a huge NFL guy here. Who do you have? Eagles at Chiefs, Monday Night Football. This is Chiefs -3. Who you got in this one?
I take Eagles money line. I think they're gonna beat the dog shit out of them.
Really?
I don't think the Chiefs defense is gonna be able to keep up. They're just not. I mean, they're gonna have to outscore them, I mean, Philly's defense has been shaky as of late, but I mean, they're gonna be in Mahomes' face all day, especially in the front.
Yeah. Look, Mahomes, surprising numbers this year: 17 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, which is unusual for him. I mean, he's only 3 away from Josh Allen at this point as far as interceptions go, but they keep winning, and they're 7-2. And look, this is what I struggled with the Super Bowl pick last year: is how do you bet against Mahomes? And now you're asking me to bet against Mahomes and Taylor Swift? No, I'm not going to do it, dude. Chiefs -2.5, and I don't know how. Same with the Super Bowl. I sat in that fucking game last year, and I still don't know how he did it. So just for that reason and that reason only, I'm going with the Chiefs. There's literally no other logic behind this, other than Taylor Swift's magic. I'm under the spell.
The Padres chairman and owner died today at 63 years old. That's pretty young.
Whoa. Is that real?
Now,
We just talked about him.
Did this dude get-
yesterday? Was
Did
that
he-
Monday's show? Yeah. He killed himself, right?
They didn't disclose a cause of death, but he revealed in a statement September 18th he had undergone a medical procedure that would prevent him from attending any games, and he's a 2-time cancer survivor, so presumably it was cancer.
All right.
But, you know, the bank that the Padres own all this money
dude.
to may have also clipped him. You know what I mean? Because they had to, again, they had to take out a $60 million loan just to make fucking payroll.
Maybe they
Holy
took out an insurance
shit.
policy.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder.
Look, so hey, real quick, Delco, I can answer that question. Yes, you do. Even us for the Seltzer, we have to take out a $2 million policy, usually for these stadiums. That's just us. Imagine the fucking owner of the team, for Christ's sakes. So, wow, that's a way bigger story that nobody's talking about. When the fuck did that happen?
That must have broken an hour
This
ago.
afternoon,
maybe.
yeah.
God.
Yeah, the
damn.
Padres tweeted it an hour ago.
Just in time for them to cash in that insurance policy and keep Juan Soto. You know what I mean? Hey, he died for the team, bro.
That's
dude.
a fucking owner right
Yeah,
there.
That's the owner you want.
Not like
dude.
Robert Kraft out getting fucking hand jobs and shit. This dude died for your team.
Yeah,
Like
Kraft
Jesus.
is like, no, I want to keep living,
But
man.
I
I'm
think
fucking 88.
Kraft is like he gets cranked to keep going. You know, like a wind-up toy. The
Sure.
hand jobs keep him alive. The crank keeps
They
him
might,
going.
yeah.
They might. Thanks for tuning in, kids. Look, D'Anthony and I will be in Wilmington, North Carolina, Thursday nights at brunches from 5 to 9 p.m. We're launching Hard AF Seltzer on the east coast of North Carolina. That is at 6800 Parker Farms Drive there in Mayfair. Join us. Free Hard AF Seltzers all nights. Amazing food all nights. A bunch of giveaways and stuff from some Hard AF Seltzer goodies. We hope to see you there. Amped to go back to Wilmington, North Carolina. See some of our old homies again. But we'll be doing shows out of there the next couple days. So if the set looks different and all that other shit, we're going back to Wilmington. White James will be down at his studio. Old Jamie down there. And we'll be doing the college football show tomorrow. Right now, flip on over to Drinkin' Bros podcast on Patreon. We'll be going live here in about 5 minutes with Uncle Laser, who's on the show today for some good times, some laughs. And I think he's got a very strong stance on Israel-Palestine that I want to hear about. Yeah, can't wait to hear it. So join us over there. Subscribe to Drinkin' Bros podcast on Patreon.
We actually
If you're
have
not.
some breaking news that we probably have to discuss the entire episode.
Are you being serious?
Yeah.
What is it?
No, you
No
need to react
spoilers.
live on air.
You're
Yeah.
kidding.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want your reaction.
Is this a big one? Like for real?
It's a big one.
It's big for you.
For me?
You'll like it.
All right. Mick Jagger didn't die, right?
No.
Okay, good. Yeah, all right. Everything else we're all right. Hopefully Arthur Smith did. Now I'm thinking of fucked up people I want to die, where I'm like, is it so-and-so? Who knows? Is it a death? Is it a death?
First headline, but fuck, even that jarred me. Jesus Christ.
Wow, if lasers jarred, then I'm going to be jarred.
Oh, you're talking about Will Smith?
Nothing jars that guy. All right. All right. Look, we'll go live. Join us on Patreon. Drinkin' Bros Podcast Patreon. We'll be live in 5 minutes over there. Thanks for tuning in, kids. In the meantime, rate the show a 5-star and leave a quick review. Also, head on over to Spotify. It's just a 5-star, and you can walk away. For D'Anthony Holloway, I'm Ross Patterson. This is the NFL Pick'em Show.